What is going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video today, rebuilding the Green Bay Packers. And yes, I know they don't need to rebuild. They're a very good team. In my predictions video, they were a pick of mine to make it very far into the playoffs. I think I had them in the NFC Championship. Their defense holds them back quite a lot, I think. Their run defense is terrible. They have a decent front seven, right? Because you look at Kenny Clark, one of the best nose tackles in football. Zadarius Smith is a really good player. Preston Smith is okay. At linebacker, it starts to thin out a little bit, or a lot. There isn't much there. Chris Barnes, who's a rookie this year, has played well, given what he is, an undrafted free agent signing. But they need more. They need a lot more. They need another defensive tackle. Their run defense is terrible. We're going to try and fix that problem today. And we're also going to figure out the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation. So this rebuild isn't necessarily just about this year and the next year, but if we do 5 years or so in this rebuild, take it to 2025, is Jordan Love going to be the guy? Is it going to be affordable and essential that we re-sign him? Or are we going to have to go a different direction based on the career of Aaron Rodgers, who is back to playing at an MVP level? Should be super, super fun. Let's go ahead and break down the roster. All right, let's go ahead and look at this Packers roster, as it is an interesting one. Offensive line, gotta love it. One of the best tackles in football, if not the very best right now, in David Bakhtiari. He's a beast. Gotta love him. If you've seen him chug beers at a Bucs game, you know he can throw him back. A little bit better than Aaron Rodgers. It's certainly a fun clip. Pass blocking is exceptional. He's a run blocker. Doesn't really have the best attributes. Still pretty good. Elton Jenkins is amazing. Was amazing at Mississippi State. I loved him coming out of the draft because of his versatility. Played about all 5 different positions on the offensive line at one point or another. Another guy who's versatile there was Darrell Williams. I don't even know if he has made it to the NFL, though. But yeah, Elton Jenkins is a really, really solid player. He should be someone we look to keep for a long time. Corey Linsley, solid center. The right side is not so great. Lane Taylor's okay, I guess. John Runyon Jr. Ricky Wagner was brought in as a Brian Bulaga replacement, but I don't love his contract for what he brings to the table. He's just way too expensive for someone that just isn't good in Madden at all. And Billy Turner is another one of those guys. So it's like, why did the Packers pay him so much? I will never know. This is such a terrible contract. Billy Turner's got to go. Ricky Wagner's got to go. And of course, I will be doing a realistic Packers rebuild somewhere down the line, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that. But this is not a hyper-realistic one, so I'm just going to trade those guys for picks or players or what. We got Mercedes Lewis, Robert Tonyan, Jay Sternberger at tight end. I mean, I'll start the younger guys over Mercedes Lewis. He's just too old. Mercedes is what, 36 now? Something like that? Yeah, 36 years old. Got Devonte Adams, though. Top 5 receiver in football very easily. If you watched my wide receiver ranking video, you know, I won't tell you exactly where he is. You have to go watch that if you have not already. It's on the channel. One of my past uploads, like a couple uploads ago. You got Marquez Valdez-Scantling, or Marquez, excuse me. MVS is an extreme deep threat that just really doesn't catch the ball. He just drops it way too often. Aaron Jones, impending free agent, but one of the best backs in football. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, the other Aaron on this offense. 95 overall, superstar X Factor, but he is 36. So he is going to start to regress pretty hard. But we will hold on to him for as long as we can, I can assure you. Jamal Williams also in here. A.J. Dillon, Devin Funchess, Alan Lazard, Equinemius St. Brown. Tavon Austin's on this team. I didn't even realize that. And then defensively, talked about Chris Barnes. Also have Christian Kirksey, Preston Smith, and Zadarius Smith at both outside linebacker spots. Kingsley Keke, Kenny Clark, and Dean Lowry on the defensive line. We need to get better on this defensive line and with our inside backers. Gotta love Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos at safety. And also one of the best corners in football in Jair Alexander. Outside of that, need to improve. We got Josh Jackson and Kevin King. Not great. Perry Nickerson's in here. What, Chandon Sullivan? Why do I think it's Chandon? Because it is. He is slow, but he's okay at covering. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do just yet, but we need to start improving. And in order to do that, we need to figure out guys to trade and guys to trade for. Maybe it's picks, maybe it's players. I'm not sure, but I'm about to clear some cap room and trade away some older players. And that's looking mainly on the offensive line. Billy Turner, I thought, was a guard. Lane Taylor's contract is not great either. I got to get rid of all these guys. All right, first trade, Ricky Wagner, Lane Taylor, Devin Funchess to Miami. We're getting a third-round pick next year and a first this year. We didn't really even talk about Jordan Love that much, but we'll take a look at him. I know he's going to have star development. He's a 68 overall, but he's only 21. If Aaron Rodgers, let's say, regresses by 3 overall every year for the next 4 years, I think we might make a move like 3 years into the future. 4 years remaining on his contract. He's super expensive in 2021 and 2022. But after 2022, we could feasibly trade or cut Aaron Rodgers. Now, I know that's unrealistic to think about cutting him at this moment in time, but who knows down the line where he'll be. If he's like an 83 overall, getting paid $38 million, I'm going to get rid of him one way or the other, but I would probably look to trade him. Who else needs to go? Billy Turner, we talked about. He has to go. And other people, for sure. Dean Lowry, no. Get him out of here. Didn't even talk about Rashawn Gary either. I see him more as an interior guy. So we might move him to 3-4 defensive end and take the spot of Dean Lowry. I really don't see him as an edge rusher. I know he has the athleticism to do so, but I just think he would be so much better as a 3-4 defensive end, and it kind of boggles my mind that that isn't thought to do by the Packers. That isn't thought to do. That sounds so awful. Trading Billy Turner and Dean Lowry for a first-round pick from Atlanta. I want to go ahead and put Mercedes Lewis in here somewhere, and I also want to trade Christian Kirksey. We're kind of just like getting rid of the higher contract players who are bad and getting a little bit worse, but not by much. It's not like any of these guys are really like too good. With the goal of getting better later. Could I do anything with the Saints? Saints were an option. Saints, Patriots, and no, that's it. Saints and Patriots. Okay, trading Mercedes Lewis, Christian Kirksey, and a first-round pick. But we do get Eric McCoy in return. He will play right guard for me as we improve this offense. I thought it was important to go out and get a really talented player, and we certainly got one. Now, we could move Corey Linsley over. Eric McCoy is only 23 years old, coming off a really, really solid rookie season. He's got star development, and I am going to move him over to guard. Beefing up this offensive line. Still need a tackle on the right side. Who can I really move over there? Looks like Patrick's going to play some right tackle for me. Lucas Patrick out of Duke. 6'3", a little small for where you usually see a tackle. You're usually seeing those guys 6'5" and above. Sometimes 6'4", sometimes 6'3", and of course in this case, it is 6'3". Josiah DeGuara, I just saw it get in there at tight end. But yeah, the team has gotten a little worse. Maybe. It's close. Rashawn Gary is moving down to left end, where hopefully he will make a home. He's a higher overall at left end than left outside linebacker. Not that that's a big surprise. But this is the team. Let me just make sure everything's where it needs to be with the specialists. It looks to be. Warren Burke's in there as well. Yeah, I think everything's fine. Well, not fine, but everything is where it needs to be, as we will simulate to the mid-season mark. All right, at the mid-season mark, we are 3-4. And I wish this helmet didn't have like a blocker on the inside, this replica helmet, because I cannot wear it. But if you guys didn't see the Auction of Champions mystery box, getting the Aaron Rodgers signed helmet was pretty awesome. And I just saw my background, and I saw the Baker Mayfield still up there from the Browns rebuild I did. And I'm like, did I get anything Packers to throw a jersey up in the back? And I don't think so, but I did get this, which was pretty sick. But yeah, I can't can't wear it, and that's really annoying. Not that I would, but like it makes it kind of funny for this video. But yeah, whatever. I hear myself echoing inside there, and it's scary. It's like I'm trapped in a cave. But we're 3-4, not exactly amazing right now. A little bit underperforming, if I do say so myself, as Aaron Jones is an impending free agent, as is Corey Linsley, Jamal Williams, Kevin King, Alan Lazard, Robert Tonyan. There's no one in there that I really want, like, except for maybe Chris Barnes, I think could be a good signing long term. Like, he's actually a little bit too expensive for how good he is. Like, he wants more money. You're 71 overall. Like, relax. Aaron Jones, I am going to pay him. He's a really good player. Need him back long term, so I'm okay with giving him money. It's $49.3 million over 5 years. It's expensive, but he's really, really good. Corey Linsley, I want back. 4-year contract. Think that makes sense. And Chris Barnes probably will end up signing a long-term deal, because if he goes up to star dev, he's going to be really, really good to have. I don't really want Jamal Williams. He's going to be like 3 mil probably. Yeah, 3.5 mil. No way. That's just this year. But Chris Barnes, I will give you slightly more money. You still want more. It's a 7-year deal, dude. You might be out of the NFL in 3 years in real life, and you're going to turn down a 7-year contract. I respect that he's betting on himself, saying, all right, I'm going to develop. I'm going to be worth a lot more than that. So good for him, honestly, but I wish he would just take a super low contract. Okay, Chris Barnes is back. It was a massive contract, but not really, because he's a super low overall. Like, it's still like $3 million a year or thereabout. As you can tell, it does extend over time. It gets up to worth $4 million a year in 2024 and even higher in 2025. But we're banking on him actually going up a development trait and getting into the 80s. So that could happen. Actually, I want Coach XP here. No, I don't want a sim. I want Coach XP. We did not make the playoffs here in year one, which is upsetting to say the least. 7-9 with the second best offense in football in terms of yards. However, the 30th defense. Rodgers was excellent. Aaron Jones earned his contract. Receiving, Devonte Adams was amazing. Alan Lazard went over 1,000 yards, 7 TDs. MVS had over 900 yards on 100 catches. Defensively, Chris Barnes had 134 tackles, 4 for loss, 1.5 sacks, 2 picks. Great year from him. Zadarius Smith, 7.5 sacks, 7 from Kenny Clark. Interceptions, 3 from Jair led the way. Adrian Amos and Kevin King both had 2 picks apiece as well. The defense held us back so bad. Aaron Rodgers finishes 3rd in MVP. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Aaron Rodgers. Defensive Player of the Year is Aaron Donald. How many Aarons are we going to see here? Chris Barnes at number 7. That's amazing. That's got to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. As Jalen Reagor wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. A.J. Dillon at 8. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Chris Barnes. That's huge. We didn't even make the playoffs this year, which is disgusting. But at least I know I can change the defensive playbook, because it doesn't seem like you can get a whole lot worse than what the Packers have to offer. That was disgusting. 7-9, 30th most yards allowed in the NFL. Stop. I'm already fine to let Jamal Williams walk through. I want Kevin King back. We don't really have any cap room. Can I get him back on this deal? Probably not. He's going to test free agency. We just don't have any money, which is kind of an issue. And I didn't even think that was going to be an issue for us, but we don't have any money. We're taking on some cap penalty, which is hurting us quite a bit. Preston Smith is going to be a trade candidate. 28. He's starting to regress, even if slightly. He's starting to. And we have to pay him $16 million in 2021 and $16.5 million in 2022. I'm not doing that. Preston Smith is getting traded. Corey Linsley, I'm fine with that. Offensive line. Mason Crosby's getting paid too much. Chris Barnes, we're banking on progression. Marcel Darius is on this team now. But we're in a little bit of a tough spot. Not in an amazing position, as Aaron Rodgers, despite winning Offensive Player of the Year, is regressing. He is down to a 91 overall. Wins Quarterback of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, and loses throw power, awareness, throw accuracy short, mid, awareness also, and then short again. Come on, man. He's down to a 91, 92 overall if you factor in that morale boost. It might be Jordan Love time sooner rather than later. 73 overall, star development. We need to get some more weapons on offense. And then defensively, Chris Barnes does not go up to star. This game is so annoying. Some people said, oh, hey, if they win an award like that, like Defensive Rookie of the Year, just boost them manually. Could make it a lot more fun, but I don't know. I feel like some are like going to be, oh, you're cheating. That wouldn't have happened. I don't know. I think a lot of people would be cool with it. I think the bottom line, though, is maybe I'm just too lazy to go in and move it myself. I'm fine with it. Like, it's annoying, and I like to complain about it. It's just extra content. If I fix it myself, what am I going to complain about? Think about that. Marcus Williams would be a cool pickup. We definitely don't have the money for him. We're not going to sign anybody just because we don't have the money overall. Need to save that for the next year. But we will go into the draft. Auto scouting has been turned on the entire time, so I have not seen the draft class at all. But I need receiver on offense. I would consider a tight end and a right tackle. But really any offensive line position, because we could move Elton Jenkins to right tackle. We could move a lot of different things around if I wanted to. But it's receiver, offensive line, tight end. I guess we couldn't bring Robert Tonyan back. We didn't have the money. And then defensively, it is linebacker, D-line, corner. We need a lot. We pick at number 4 overall, so we're in a good position to do so. 4-8, and that's it. Well, you look like a pretty good quarterback. Mike Young out of UCLA. Wow, he's going to be really, really good. Panthers go with Mike Young, 77 overall quarterback. There goes Jamar Taylor. Even though I call Jamar Taylor every single time at first and then correct myself. This actually is Jamar Taylor and not Jawan Taylor. He's a 77 overall as well. And then the Steelers go with Dylan Allen, another defensive tackle. As here we are at number 4. There are some good players. Could take Kerry Beacham, not to be confused with popular NBA YouTuber Kenny Beacham, aka King of the Fourth Quarter. I don't want him though. Sorry, Kenny. Or Kerry, whatever your name is. Okay, here's a trade. It is a big one. Number 4 overall, and Preston Smith, and a 3rd round pick for number 6 overall. So moving back 2 spots, but picking up a 1st round pick next year. I think that's going to be a good move for us. One, we had to get rid of the contract of Preston Smith, even though he's a good player. Had to get rid of his contract to afford to bring back some of these expensive players on our team. And I'm going to be moving to a 4-3. I just think it makes the most sense for this team. This 3-4 did not work out at all. And now, while I understand the point of view of, okay, you don't really have many good linebackers, moving to a 4-3 is not going to work. Well, I intend on getting some, and I will, now that Preston Smith is out of the way. So this probably will end up being a 4-3 team. As we'll see what the Dolphins do at number 4. It is taking a receiver in Jesse Medlock out of Louisville. And then the Jets take a running back at number 5 overall, Brian Brock out of Florida State. I'm taking a middle linebacker here. Cassius Miller out of Notre Dame. Looks really, really good. Ran 4.51 at 244 pounds. 29 reps at 225. Amazing top skills. I think Cassius Miller is going to be amazing. He's going to look like Cassius Clay, the way he stings up the middle with punches and hits. I don't know. Whatever. Cassius Miller is a reach apparently, but he's a 76 overall. I'm not pressed. 76 overall middle linebacker, only normal dev, but he'll be a 78 overall outside linebacker in a 4-3. 89 speed, 85 hit power, good tackle, block, shed, pursuit. Coverage could be a little better, but it really isn't too bad. Apparently his trait is coverage linebacker style. I disagree. But really, really solid player. It's tough to get star better development players, so I think we did quite well there. As we pick again at number 8, Kevin Malone, the Office legend, Kevin Malone. Oh, can't take him, but wow. Be a big pickup. Theo Hammond just looks too good to pass up. Good top skills. He's a run-stopping type, but he's fast. He's super strong. Theo Hammond out of LSU to Green Bay. He is a 77 overall, star or better development defensive tackle. Should be a monster next to the beast that is Kenny Clark. 93 strength. Block shedding's okay at a 74. Power moves is a 70. Finesse moves is 75. He's extremely well balanced. High tackling, high speed. Theo Hammond should be very, very good. This draft class actually appears to be stacked. I just saw like 3 or 4 76 plus overall cornerbacks go. So that is wild. I'm waiting for that player to go. Damian Grenard was waiting for him to go because there's another middle linebacker that I very much want to get. Dude, this draft class is so strong. His name, though, is Jimmy Burke. He's supposed to be 27 picks away. I'm not sure he's going to last that long. 22 picks away. But he's really not. Like, he could go any moment. I think I'm going to try and trade up with the Chiefs here. I really would like to trade up for the first pick in the second round rather than this one. But I'm not going to take any chances. So I have to move up. It is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a move. Got it. Second round pick. They're trading down 12 spots, picking up Ty Summers in a 5th. So they think he's going to solve their middle linebacker issue. Probably won't. And Eric Rosenthal looks okay. He's fast. But the player I want is Jimmy Burke out of Louisville. Also, the exact same build as the previous middle linebacker we took. 6'1", 244. Little bit slower at 4.64 speed, but top skills are great. Should be a really good player, and he is. 76 overall, normal development middle linebacker. He looks pretty similar to the last player we took. A little bit slower, but I mean, high tackling, high hit power, high pursuit. I think our linebacking core is starting to look a lot better. Round 4, let's take Dom Dunlap here. Early 3rd round guy. This is not going to be a crazy great pick. He's a nice overall. 22 years old, 6'5", 270. Decent speed and finesse moves. Block shedding is about as low as I've ever seen. But I'm advancing to the end of the draft as we start season number 2. All right, how good was this quarterback that was drafted? What team got him even? Oh yeah, the Panthers. Star better development. And that development trait is, whenever you're ready, star. I mean, still a really, really good pick. Deep accuracy is an 85 coming out. Pretty solid. Jamal Taylor, normal. I mean, they're all pretty much going to be normal. It's not a huge shock to me. So once again, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have any receivers drafted for him. It is what it is. We got Marcel Aitman. It's going to be okay. 6'4", 216. Go up and get it, Marcel Aitman. He's a beast. But defensively, a lot of changes made. 4-3 now. Chris Barnes got moved to the outside. I think he's actually a worse outside linebacker than both Jimmy Burke and Cassius Miller. But outside linebacker contracts are far more expensive than inside linebacker contracts, and he is signed for the next 6 years. So, actually 7, because it started the next year. Well, there you go. So, he's cheap for an outside linebacker, and he should be pretty good by that point. He's 76 overall, as he jumped up to when he moved to outside linebacker. Cassius Miller actually went up to a 79 overall at left outside linebacker. Jimmy Burke up the middle is 76 overall still. Hammond, Rashawn Gary's playing the edge, even though I talked about how I don't love that. But we're in a 4-3 now, so it makes more sense, especially since we drafted Hammond. This is a really solid team. Specialist looks like this. I was debating about Barnes versus Burke versus Miller as our sub linebackers. There's 2. And I ended up going with Barnes just because he's the highest overall there. We'll have to see how that plays out. But we don't really have great corners. We don't have great receivers. It's still going to have to get carried by Jair and Devonte Adams. But we're going to simulate to the midseason mark. This defense better be leaps and bounds better than it was last year. Breakout challenge for Aaron Jones? Well, you're probably not going to get it. Playing the Giants? Oh, he might. No, the Giants defend the run extremely well because of their D-line. The Giants are 1-6. However, the Packers are 7-0. My real-life favorite team, once again, terrible. Shocker. But my favorite team in this particular rebuild, the Packers, are killing it. 64 points against the Bears. Oh my God. 64 points. Life's crazy. Aaron Jones is going off. Maybe he will get that challenge. However, got to pay both Devonte Adams and Jair Alexander. This is why we had to get rid of Preston Smith, so we could afford at least one of these guys, because I usually see both of them in free agency. Jair's back long-term. Devonte Adams, damn, 5-year deal. This is so expensive. But Devonte Adams is also back long-term. J.K. Scott, I can always re-sign in free agency. MVS, I'm not really all too interested in. Definitely not at that price tag. J.K. Scott, yeah. He looks like he's from Whoville, but there's nothing wrong with that. He's got a leg on him. 94 kick power. But yeah, I will be re-signing him in free agency because I can get him for nothing rather than paying him like 1 or 2 million more per year, which can end up mattering. So we're balling out right now. This combo of Aaron Rodgers, and that's kind of it. No, and Aaron Jones is unreal. Offense is killing it. Defense seems to be playing quite well. But we're going to simulate to the playoffs. If we don't make the playoffs after starting 7-0, I don't know what to tell you. First round bye, we won in week 17, 13-10. Crazy game. Question is, did we go undefeated? 14-2. Can't complain about that. 7th best offense in terms of yards. Defense jumps up, has to first best defense in the league. Aaron Rodgers threw for almost 3,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions. Rushing, Aaron Jones averaging over 5 per carry. Even A.J. Dillon was excellent, but Jones over 1,450 for rushing yards, 9 TDs, averaged 91 per game. Receiving, Devonte Adams was awesome. MVS is still putting up crazy numbers, but I think anyone would. Equinemius St. Brown, kind of same deal. If we can get some great receivers, this offense will be even better. Chris Barnes with a wild year. 93 tackles, 3 for loss, 4.5 sacks, and 3 picks. Keep balling out. And where is our other... Yeah, Cassius Miller didn't really play a ton. Sacks, Zadarius Smith, 6 sacks, 6 for Kenny Clark, 4.5 for Chris Barnes and Rashawn Gary. Not getting a ton of pressure, but that's okay because we got a ton of picks. Jair 4, Barnes 3, Kadar Holman 3, 2 for Josh Jackson, Adrian Amos, and Darnell Savage, and then 1 for the rookie Cassius Miller. Tyrod Taylor, a 68 overall quarterback now, wins MVP with the Colts. Well, all right. Aaron Rodgers didn't get a vote. He threw 40 touchdowns. NFC Offense Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers at 3. Did I just miss him? No, he wasn't in there. Aaron Rodgers at 3, though, for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. No Packers. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Pat Lynch. We get Cam Craig at 6. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Montel Ross. Jimmy Burke at 4. Cassius Miller at 6. Theo Hammond at 9. Kind of shocked about some of those rankings because our team was amazing. Guys played well, and it just didn't really show in the award section at all. But we're in the divisional round of the playoffs here in year 2, going up against the 9-7 Falcons. We will upgrade the team. Devonte Adams is a surefire 99, as we'll see if we can beat the Dirty Birds of Atlanta, and we can't. 31-29, 2-point loss. Absolutely brutal way to end the year after going 14-2. First playoff game, first loss. Oh man, in a while, probably, as the Saints and the Ravens squared off in the Super Bowl. J.K. Scott, we talked about him. MVS is 27. He's done developing. Josh Jackson, I'm not going to want for the price. We can't afford him. We still can't afford anybody. It's a really tough spot. Who's eating into our salary the most? Hold on, let's see. So Devonte Adams and Aaron Rodgers will be near the top. It's mainly Rodgers this year, but that's going to jump back down next year. So who's the other big one? Damn, Zadarius Smith is in the last year of his deal. Kenny Clark is unbelievably expensive. Man, the contracts on this team are crazy. David Bakhtiari has a monster deal. Amos is in there. Corey Linsley. There's nothing we can even really do about it. Well, all right. Yeah, we can't bring anybody back unless... No, I won't be able to offer him any type of contract, so I won't be able to franchise tag him. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be done. We're negative 9 mil right now as some of our salaries jumped up. We're not going to be able to sign anyone in free agency. Well, okay. Negative 8.4 mil. Let's just see what we can do in the draft. Well, we pick at number 2 overall, so that's good. Now, what do I want here? And I know it's like, you got to go offense. You got to get a receiver. You got to get a receiver, a tight end, or a tackle. Eric McCoy can't play right guard and right tackle. It just won't work. He's good, but he's not that good. We can't be rolling out here with Marcel Aitman and Greg Dortch either. And then defensively, Chris Barnes went up to star. About time. Thank you, Chris Barnes. And then Cassius Miller. Why are they so dark? Turn the lights on. That's not a racial thing. It's literally like, it's hard to see them. Like, they spawn in the dark. But, yeah, Chris Barnes went up to star. Cassius Miller up to star. Theo Hammond had star. That's a little bit disappointing. We need a cornerback as well. We might need an edge rusher, because Zadarius Smith is going to be a free agent. Rashawn Gary is not great. So it's cornerback, edge. I think we're fine at linebacker now. And then offensively, it is offensive line, tight end, receiver. Have to see what's available at number 2 because I am not trading up. We pick again at 28. Jaden Ashley, 78 overall defensive end, goes number 1 overall. Deshaun Hannon, speed rusher, and we can't even see his finesse moves. He probably is going to be really good. I'm going to watch him. I'll consider it. Vinny Donnell looks okay, but his overall is not too great. Some good QB options. Jamal Taylor looks crazy. That's Saquon Barkley. A little bit too heavy to be Saquon, but ran 4.41 anyways. Jamal Taylor is going to be wildly good. I was going to say I need a good value receiver. Derrick Berry in the 3rd is going to be decent value. Tim McLean, decent value in the 7th, first-round guy. These are the type of players we need. Zach Hawkins even I'm going to look at. First-round linebacker in the 5th. Excellent value. The thing is, based on the players I want and the value of players down the board, it actually doesn't make sense to take some of these players here at number 2. I am going to take the pick anyway because I think Deshaun Hannon is just way too good to pass up on. 76 overall, but star or better development. Immediately going to play over Rashawn Gary. 76 finesse moves is pretty good. 84 speed. Block shed's nice, but a little low. Good tackle, great acceleration, good strength. I think we have a really, really good player in Deshaun Hannon. And he's going to start over Rashawn Gary this year. And maybe over Zadarius Smith next year. It depends if we bring him back or not. He's going to be probably pretty expensive. Jamal Taylor still here. Dude, he looks so good. Offensive line's important to get. Cornerback's important to get. But man, I mean, I can't take a running back here. Surely I can't. I can't take a running back. Do not take one. He looks amazing, though. A power back who ran 4.41. I can't take him. I can't. I have to go cornerback. Oscar Watson ran 4.54. You're a little slow. Rashad Beal 4.5 flat. A little slow. It's not that slow. Don't get me wrong. But it's a little slow. It's like 90 speed. Maybe even a bit less sometimes. They're both very good looking. What about RJ Holcomb? He's just not an early first round guy compared to those top 2. I'm in a tough spot. You know, we just need a cornerback so badly. I'm going to take the bigger one, 6'1", 202. Ran 4.54, but has good top skills. Think he should be a good player for us. Number 2 in the draft. Only normal development, but does have 90 speed, 75 zone. Good tackling. I mean, he's pretty much built to be a slot cornerback, but he won't be playing in that role. There goes the center. He's a 74 overall. There goes another corner. I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams go that running back here with the first pick in the 2nd round. Do I try and get crazy and make a move up? My other players who are really good are kind of far down the board. Like, check this out. Check down this scroll. Do I want to take a tight end there? Maybe. He's pretty solid. But the receivers are so far down. Another good cornerback in here, but I wouldn't care if we missed on him. Derrick Berry, like, he's all right. Have the first pick in the 3rd round. I think I'm going to make a move up for the running back. I think that's a fun thing to do. And I know we signed Aaron Jones to a big contract. 2 running backs do play. I think he's going to be a lot better than A.J. Dillon. So A.J. Dillon's going to be on the move. And I'm getting this running back. What about straight up? No? I don't blame you, actually. What about... What do you want? Middle linebacker? Kamal Martin? I don't blame you on that either. This is actually such a good trade for us. A.J. Dillon, Corey Linsley, and a 3rd round pick this year, number 92 overall, for number 33 in this year's class, the first pick of the 2nd round, and David Edwards. So we're getting rid of Corey Linsley because he has a big contract. Eric McCoy is going to move back over to center. And then we have David Edwards, who is 25 years old. Dude, turn the lights on. These guys are so dark. Yeah, he's in the final year of his deal, but he's cheaper than Corey Linsley by a lot. He will stay cheaper than Corey Linsley by a lot. And maybe Elton Jenkins should move over to right guard, or excuse me, right tackle. So then we have Eric McCoy center, and then we just have one hole at what would be right guard in that case. But Elton Jenkins is way too good not to play tackle. But I don't want to pay him as a tackle. What is his contract situation? His contract, he's in the 4th year of his deal. I can't move him over right now. It's just too expensive. I have to pay him as a guard. But he can play right tackle. That's fine. That offensive line doesn't really even look that bad. That's way better without Corey Linsley, just for the money. And then I am taking Jamal Taylor. I know we don't need a running back badly. Way too good to pass up, in my opinion. 76 overall, number 4 in the class. Star better development, only 21 years old. 91 speed, 80 trucking. Besides spin move, every single attribute of his core attributes is above 80. Or 80 or above. Most of them are 85 or above. Jamal Taylor is unbelievable. Last pick of the 2nd round here. I think it has to be RJ Holcomb. No, we need a receiver. Well, actually, what goes first? Holcomb? Yeah, oh yeah, Holcomb for sure. RJ Holcomb it is. Welcome to Green Bay. 71 overall, number 31 in the class. Took him at 60. Only normal development, but that's expected. But we needed to fill cornerback depth really, really badly. And we should be able to take the receiver here at number 2 here in the 3rd round. So welcome Derrick Berry to Green Bay. Also a 71 overall, number 30 in the class. Also normal development. Medium and deep route running are super bad, and he's not all that fast. But that's to be expected with his physical type and his 40 time. But he's an okay player. Round 4, the linebacker's gone. But that's okay, because Tim McLean's in here. Also a 71 overall, number 32 in the class. He looks like an off-brand Troy Polamalu. I don't like looking at him. He's okay. Probably better than the last guy we drafted, in my opinion, even though they are both the same overall, as that will be the end of the draft. Jaden Ashley seems pissed about going to the Rams and playing alongside Aaron Donald. I couldn't tell you why. I don't know what his morale's doing, but he does have superstar development. These are always fun to look at because I get to see great players. But we got the number 2 and 3 overall players in the class, and 4. So I think we did okay in that regard, and it's not like we had like a crazy amount of high picks or anything like that. Like, yeah, we had 2 first-round picks, but at number 2 and then at 28. And then we just happened to do pretty well. So we'll get ready for this season. I think Jamal Taylor was a move that was just a fun guy to go out and get, purely because he did look so amazing, and he could be a power back for us instead of Aaron Jones, just to get him more touches. Like, Jones is amazing, don't get me wrong, but it could be like a fun change of pace, so maybe I do that. Our receivers are so bad. And then Hannon's got to be a rush end for sure. Also, I think Miller's going to switch with Jimmy Burke here just to try and get him star development. Our receivers are so bad. But do we have more money now? Will we actually be able to re-sign any of our players? We don't have a ton of room. Negative 7.12 mil in cap space right now. Let me get on my coach XP. Who are we re-signing? It's going to be Zadarius Smith, maybe. So let's do DL re-sign influence. And we will simulate to the mid-season mark. You guys have seen the team. You know what it is. We'll have a refresher at some point in there. Okay. Mid-season mark. Our record is not very good, but we definitely made the right move in drafting Deshaun Hannon. What is that? Draft a superstar X Factor? Yep, there you go. Deshaun Hannon, superstar X Factor. They gave him bowling ball, run stuffer. I don't know what they're called, all right? I'm going to give him unstoppable. Actually, I'm going to give him fearmonger. That's what all the best guys have. And then under pressure. Sure, why not? Again, I don't know if that does anything in sim. Kenny Clark is going up to... Let me make him a more dominant pass rusher. It's not an element of his game that's very well developed. But that should bump up a lot. +2 power moves, a ton. What about offensively? Do we have anybody we drafted? Oh, Jamal Taylor just hasn't played enough. Jamar? Come on, dude. Stop calling him that. Jamal Taylor. But he looks to be okay. It might only end up being star, but I had to take the chance. 3-5. Not doing great. Our offense seems to be pretty good. Just could have some tough games so far this year. Zadarius Smith will be a free agent. He's 29, and he's so expensive. I can't pay him 16 mil at 29 years old a year. That's 79 over 4 years. There's just no way. Elton Jenkins absolutely needs to come back. 5-year deal, and he will move to tackle, I guarantee you. Right now, he's moving to tackle. He signed, moving to tackle. Adrian Amos is really not too expensive, but he is regressing. So I hesitate to give him a 4-year deal. Eric McCoy does need to come back. Another 5-year deal. It's important to build up the offensive line. Darnell Savage needs to come back. 25 years old. He's back. Rashawn Gary will be important if we lose Zadarius Smith. Do we have better bang for our buck here? Well, he's still developing. I think we do. 85 power moves. Yeah. Let's give Rashawn Gary a 5-year deal. He's really not too expensive, and we had to let Zadarius Smith go. David Edwards, I didn't trade for him to let him go. So 5-year deal for him. A lot of 5-year deals going out, but I want these guys long term, so I'm going to. Amos is still whatever. Zadarius Smith might end up being a franchise tag player. Or maybe Amos will. I'm not sure. Didn't make the playoffs this year. What an up and down roller coaster or rebuild this has been so far. First year, missed the playoffs. Second year went 14-2 and then was out in the first playoff game. And then second year or third year went 9-7, didn't make the playoffs. Sixth best offense. Aaron Rodgers looked like he was fantastic. And then our defense was second in terms of yards. What is going on? What about points per game? We were top 10 in the league easily. What is that, number 6? And then defensively, points allowed, we were, top 10? Maybe 11th? It was tough to count. I just kind of eyeballed it. Rodgers was great. I don't know how we missed the playoffs. Just some unlucky games, but A-Rod was a beast. He just is regressing pretty hard, though, and he will continue to. He's going to take a huge drop-off as Aaron Jones, solid season for him. Jamal Taylor only averaged 3.2 yards per carry, but moment of truth, better than Star? Nope. Star Dev. Good backup to have, but receiving Devonte Adams over 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. The rookie Derrick Berry, not to be confused with Eric Berry, but Derrick Berry, 1,100 yards, 7 TDs. Amazing rookie year. Made the Pro Bowl. He better get a dev trade upgrade. Jay Sternberger had 8 touchdowns. Greg Dortch played. Defensively, Jimmy Burke, 115 tackles, 3 for loss, 4 sacks. Tackles for loss. Deshaun Hannon had 11, only 3 sacks, though. We're just not getting enough pressure. But our defense is pretty good, though. I don't know. 7.5 sacks for Kenny Clark. Interceptions, 8 from Jair Alexander. 8. Unreal. 2 from Amos, 1 for Oscar Watson. And Jair looks like he housed one of them. Yearly awards, Mahomes wins MVP. A-Rod at number 7. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers at 3. Defense Player of the Year, Devin White, Jair at 5. Yeah, he better be with 8 picks. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Sam Vogel, Derrick Berry at 2. Jamal Taylor 4, Tim McClain 5. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Jaden Ashley. Oscar Watson at number 2, the corner. And Deshaun Hannon at number 5. RJ Holcomb at number 9. It would have been nice to see Hannon get a lot more pressure on the QB, being a superstar X-Factor rookie draft pick. But it just was not to be, I suppose. I'm going to buy the quarterback upgrade package because it might be about Jordan Love time. It's getting there. Okay. Rams-Browns was the Super Bowl. Let me see this team. Aaron Rodgers is gone. He retired? No, 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 no. I was going to trade him. Mason Crosby and Aaron Rodgers are both gone. So, yeah, that's great on my checkbook. We have a lot more money to work with, but Aaron Rodgers has retired. Jordan Love, I mean, the time is now. The time is now. I think that's obvious. Team looks quite good. How does Derrick Berry not go up to star dev? Made the Pro Bowl as a rookie. He's clearly developing into a star. Defensively, neither Barnes nor Miller nor Burke went up in development trait. No one did. Wish that would happen more often. Zadarius Smith, what is he down to? He's still an 89. How much did he regress? Did he just not regress? Well, I'm not giving him that contract. I'm going to franchise tag him. So he's getting franchise tagged. Adrian Amos doesn't make sense to bring back. 30 years old. He is regressing. We need the money. I think the franchise tag for Zadarius Smith was worth it. We'll get, like, you know, top tier production from him for another year. And then Rashawn Gary can really take over. We have some money. We could go offensive line, but David DeCastro is 33. Is there any decent safety in here? Julian Love could be a good fill-in option. Amani Hooker, Nasir Adderley. Might be able to get Julian Love for a steal. Although I really do not want to start him. I need to find good value deals right now. All right, I made some offers. I have to see how that goes. We did get Jordan Love, Nate Davis, and Robert Tonyan is back. So he had a year away to think about things, and our offense suffered mightily without Robert Tonyan. But Jordan Love is the guy now. We need to surround him with weapons. And with the addition of Nate Davis, our offensive line is complete. I mean, the two worst guys, or worst guys by a mile, are, worst guys by a mile are David Edwards and Nate Davis. And they're not bad. They're young, and they're near 80 overall. Normal dev kind of looks ugly, but we need a receiver still. We could use the tight end, and then defensively, safety, corner. I am very fine with our defensive line. NFL draft. I'm not going to be afraid to move up if I have to. We pick at 18, and I am going to go look at those positions we talked about. I know, like, I want to take some flash receivers and not some great value picks, but Peter Ruggs in the 3rd round would be an excellent value pick. Doesn't have a picture, but that's okay. He's doing his best. But as you can see, there aren't many stud receivers. There's really only one good one that I want, and Tony Barnes, 5'8", 195. He's decent, but he's not amazing. Okay, there's some really amazing edge rushers in this class. Like, some really amazing edge rushers. A 3-4 is screaming to me. Oh, and some great value picks in this class. The team wants badly to go back to a 3-4 defense. Do Giants or something, maybe? Kadeem Edwards out of Mizzou. A little slow, but seems to be a really good player. I'm just going to see what's available at 18. Don't really have a ton to move up with, so it's just going to be interesting. We could move up a little bit later, but it would cost too much to move up there, and the edge rushers are gone. Do I have any on my draft board still? Kirk McCutcheon, I'd be super happy with him in the 3rd round. Tony Barnes is easily going to be my pick here. Early 1st round guy. I need him to be great. Normal development. I hate it. I hate it so much. 76 overall, normal dev, number 8 in the class. We took him at number 18. He's got decent route running overall. His catching's very good, just catching traffic lags behind a little bit. But overall, He seems like he could be a very, very good deep threat that might actually be able to hold on to the football. Middle of the second round now. Where is the value? It's got to be Kirk McCutcheon. Has to be. Peter Ruggs, I think, is going to be very good as well. Just have to figure out the order on this. We could go Love and Love with Bobby Love, but he's also, like, not amazing, so don't really want to do that. All right, Kirk McCutcheon it is. 75 overall, star or better development. It's the mid-first round guys where you have the best chances to hit a star development player or higher. 86 speed, 78 finesse moves, and I mean he's a perfect 3-4 outside linebacker. I think moving to a 3-4 is the move. Like back. Now we have a better personnel for it than we did before. Trading a 3 this year, number 82 overall, a 5th this year, number 146, and a 3rd rounder next year for number 65 from the Giants. It seems like a little bit too much value, but I really don't think it is. It's just an extra 3rd round pick really being thrown in, and we're going to get a player with value far beyond that. So there's no problem with moving up for Peter Ruggs out of Virginia Tech. Could be a really, really good player for us. All we really need to see is star, better development, and we have a star in the making, and we don't. Well, he's decent. 74 overall, number 17 in true talent. We took him at 65. He's a solid player. Deep route running is terrible. He's a slot type. We just haven't gotten that like true star next to Devonte Adams so far yet this year, or this rebuild. It's been tough. Gonna be taking that tight end here if he's still available. Hopefully is, and he's not. Went about a round early. Best player available is Martin Fields, middle linebacker, 71 overall, normal dev. Will be a little bit higher at outside linebacker, of course, but we have a lot of movement to do. A lot of movement. You got to get these guys in positions to succeed, and I think a 3-4 defense is the best way to do that with our current personnel, which leaves an odd man out at linebacker, because in this scenario, we have Chris Barnes, we have the 2 linebackers we drafted in year 1, in Cassius Miller and Jimmy Burke, who only has normal development. But if we had Hannon and McCutcheon off the edge, Kirk McCutcheon who we drafted this year, Zadarius Smith, 3-4 end, Hammond or Clark, 3-4 end, and then Clark or Hammond at nose tackle, we're going to be in an excellent spot. What is the rushing of Theo Hammond? It's not crazy good. But I think he makes more sense for us at defensive end than Kenny Clark. So if he moves over, Zadarius Smith moves to 3-4 end, we should be in a really good spot. So this is the team. It took me a while to rearrange everything. Receiver is still a position of need for us, but Jordan Love is finally getting the reins. He's taken over as starting quarterback here in his 4th season. Has never played before, but now it's his time to go. And then defensively, took me a while to figure out what I wanted, but I think this is going to be it. It's a solid team. Linebacker's a weird spot with Burke and Miller and Barnes because I just don't know how to order it. So they're kind of just all getting playing time. And then we have Hannon and McCutcheon as rush ends. Zadarius Smith is a rush D tackle with Kenny Clark, Hammond behind them. It's a good bunch of guys. Great group of kids. We'll see if they can get the job done, but my hopes are not tremendously high. I think we're about a year away from really doing any serious damage. I'd be shocked if this was anything close to the 14-2 team we had in year 2. And I had good reason to be shocked if we were 14-2 because we're 4-4 at the midseason mark, 3rd in the NFC North, but it's anyone's game. It's very, very tightly contested. Could really go to anyone. And the Zadarius Smith is still going to be a free agent. Of course, he's playing under the franchise tag this year. Still wants a lot of money, but this is only over 2 years instead of the 5 that he wanted last year. So I think this is a lot better for us. Like, tremendously better. So 2-year deal for him is actually fine. We're going to keep Zadarius Smith in Green Bay. And then Jordan Love, obviously have to extend him. Like, it's not even a question, and he is back for 4 years. The other guys aren't really even guys. They're bad. Including Josiah DeGuara. Sorry, not sorry. As we will get tight end training boost, I guess, and simulate to the playoffs, which I'm not even sure we're going to be a part of. We're an 89 overall team, and the playoffs are wishy-washy at this point. But we did make the playoffs, going 10-6 and winning the division. Fourth best offense as Jordan Love went crazy, and 22nd best defense. Yeah, I tried a new defensive playbook. Didn't seem like it worked out amazingly. But Jordan Love, 17 picks is just too many. Field general is his type. That's interesting. His short accuracy is really, really high. Deep and medium accuracy have a long way to go. Aaron Jones was quite good. Jamal Taylor is, I don't know. He is what he is. Receiving, Devonte Adams, 1,300 yards, 12 TDs. Peter Ruggs is a rookie, almost 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tony Barnes, 920 yards, 6 TDs. Robert Tonyan, 8 touchdowns. Defensively, Jair Alexander, only 1 pick this year, down from his 8 last year. And 3 different guys had exactly 89 tackles, but 4 above 80. Tackles for loss, 20 from Zadarius Smith. He had 14.5 sacks, which led the way. 9.5 from Theo Hammond. 5.5 for Kenny Clark. 5.5 for Kirk McCutcheon. Deshaun Hannon, only 2.5. I have him in Bears playbook doing exactly what Khalil Mack does, yet here we are, 2.5 sacks. I don't know. Interceptions, Cassius Miller led the way with 3. Yearly awards, Russell Wilson wins MVP. Jordan Love in there at 8. NFC Offense Player of the Year is Pat Lynch. Jordan Love in there at 9. Somehow finished lower on Offensive Player of the Year than he did for MVP. Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. Bobby Wagner's with the Vikings now. Okay, Zadarius Smith at 6. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Chuck Hall. Tony Barnes at 2. Peter Ruggs at 3. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Cameron McKinney. Kirk McCutcheon at 4. I don't know what to do to actually get pressure on the QB. Seems like it's a mystery to me. Let's see those development traits for those rookies, though. Show me something amazing on defense. Oh, star. Disgusting. Does a 3-4 defense just not do what a 3-4 defense does? Like, do I have to move Theo Hammond to defensive tackle and then move Hannon down to right end to actually get him being a consistent pass rusher for us? Is that what I have to do? I don't know if that would do it, but it's worth a shot. And then maybe Jimmy Burke plays left outside linebacker, so the defense is set up like this. Kenny Clark, Hammond, Zadarius Smith, Hannon at right end. McCutcheon, Barnes, Miller, Burke across at linebacker looks excellent. But again, like, McCutcheon's really the only pass rusher there. And this is a 3-4 defense where you would expect, and call me crazy, you'd expect your outside linebackers to rush the passer with some type of consistency. But the specialist with rush ends kind of ruins that. I really don't know what to expect. We got McCutcheon and Hannon in there. Like, we'll see what they do in the playoffs. We got the Panthers. They went 9-7. Can we beat them? Yes, 21-17, as we have made it to the divisional. No real point to spend, Coach XP. We will upgrade the players, and the Seahawks are going to be a really tough team to beat. Our team isn't playing crazy well right now. We need Jordan Love to beat them. We lose by 3. And we're going to jump to season number 4. All right, Josiah DeGuara is here. I don't want anyone in here. Just don't. I mean, the Chiefs' defense went insane. 46 sacks, 15 picks, as well as allowing the fewest points in the NFL. And they're also the Chiefs. That's so confusing, though, because, like, you think their offense would be amazing, yet they went 9-7 with the second best defense. I really don't know about that. Maybe Chiefs defense is good. I can't imagine it is. I got to check out the Chiefs team. I'm always on the lookout for great new playbooks. And let's see what the Chiefs have. So Mahomes obviously is amazing. Edwards-Helaire's up to a 94. But defensively, Lance Rose. I need to see some of their attributes. Frank Clark. So they're in a 4-3. I need to see who's dominating for them, because where is 50 sacks coming from? Out of nowhere is what it looks like. Their defense is not anything spectacular. Yeah, Mahomes' numbers are not even that amazing. Cole Anthony, their middle linebacker, had 7.5 sacks. Hold on. Man, they just spread it around pretty well. 13.5 for Chris Jones. We could have that with Kenny Clark, maybe. Jones is a way better pass rusher, to be fair. 99 power moves. Okay, so way better. Didn't know how his numbers would look now, but yep, clearly amazing. Frank Clark had 8. 7.5 for Anthony up the middle is peculiar. I don't know what to do. 1.7 mil in cap room. We cannot sign anybody. Not that I'd want to or need to, but we just can't sign anybody. I'm still figuring out the defense. I think we had something in the 4-3, but I changed for personnel, and then Giants playbook did not do it for me. As Zadarius Smith has moved up to superstar X Factor, he had such a good year. He did so at defensive end, though, but as a rush D tackle. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Oscar Watson went up to star, though, so that's very nice to see. Anyone on offense go up? No receivers. You are killing me. I'm never going to have a good receiver on this team other than Devonte Adams. It just won't happen. Picking at 27 in the draft, what do I really need? A corner and a safety, maybe? And a tight end and a wide receiver still. Our front 7 is fine. I just got to figure out how to arrange those guys. But it's really corner, safety, tight end, receiver. Round 1, pick 27. Is anyone on my draft board available? There is a safety. Well, we need one of those really badly. So is Gordon Washington the guy? Looks pretty solid, and he is, I think, by far our best option, unless we go Max Starks, who's an early first-round guy at receiver. But I keep getting burned on those with normal dev every single time. But that's the draft for you. Early first round equals normal dev very frequently. Maybe I can trade up for him. Oh, I certainly can. We're going to take the safety here. Gordon Washington, 73 overall. Normal development. He's not going to start over Jordan Love. It's normal dev all the time. Round 2, pick 27. Only guy available for me is a tight end. He's number 4 in the whole draft. So he's going to start only normal development, but 77 overall. Good speed, catching traffic. The draft is just getting so demoralizing for me because every single time it's a normal development player, it feels like. And it's just crushing. Okay, we're going to try the same playbook again. And it's interesting that I've gone out and traded for so many different offensive linemen or signed in the case of Nate Davis. And they are all scheme fits on the inside. Elton Jenkins as well at right tackle. But David Bakhtiari, the one guy that has been here, is not a scheme fit. Still don't have great receivers. We're drafting just normal dev players every time. Eisen at tight end is the best tight end we've had in a minute. This is the way our linebackers are going to look. Our defensive line. Hopefully this team's good, man. Specialist, we got Kenny Clark, Zadarius Smith, rushy tackle, Hannon, and Gary off the edge. McCutcheon is going to rotate in. We'll see what happens. 3 and 4 at the midseason mark. Julian Love has a breakdown or development challenge. I mean, he could do that. He just needs 1 sack, forced fumble, interception, something. We're actually winning the division right now at 3 and 4, which is a shock, but I'm all for it. As long as we're at the top of the division, it is Madden Sim, not real life after all. In the case of my favorite team, the Giants, but this is the squad. It's solid. I just I need us to start converting talent into wins, as we need to bring back a lot of players, like a big 4 probably, maybe even Jimmy Burke. We have big 5. So far we've brought back everyone except for Theo Hammond and Jimmy Burke. Theo Hammond wants more money. Cassius Miller, Kenny Clark, David Bakhtiari all re-signed, and big contracts for the top 2 guys. We'll have to see how we perform as we simulate to the playoffs here in 2024. Probably either this season or the next season will be the final one. We're just not winning right now, and it's frustrating because we have a really good team, 90 plus overall easily. We went 8-8, made the playoffs though because we won the division. 5th best offense in terms of yards. Jordan Love led the league in touchdowns. And 16th in defensive yards, 17th in points scored. Of course, it's the Browns at the top. I like our playbook, though. I don't know that we need to change. But I got to do something defensively to get better numbers and fewer points allowed. Should I try Tennessee? Chiefs went 15-1. Goodness. Before we see my numbers, I need to check Tennessee. I need to see what they did defensively. Who went off for them? Harold Landry, he's at right outside linebacker. Jeffrey Simmons is a 3-4 defensive end. Clowney at left outside linebacker at 8 sacks. And they got almost nothing from their D tackles. Well, what if we moved... Well, we have Zadarius Smith to play left end. I don't know. I don't know how to set up the team. I really don't. And what's annoying about it is you can't set it up the way you would in real life at all. It's just not really an option. Or even if it is with the rush ends, it doesn't perform like that. Maybe I will try switching to Tennessee playbook. And we'll set it up the way they did. I just want to win, man. I just want to win. And it's all playbook related. Our team has to be the best team in the NFL. And clearly, offense is not the issue. Jordan Love is putting up crazy numbers, so it's not that we have a weaker QB. We're 92 overall compared to their 87. And I get overall isn't everything in real life. The best team doesn't always win. With the best players, I should say. We went 8-8, barely snuck into the playoffs, and the Panthers went 11-5 in a tougher division. Oh yeah, let me check out the stats first. Jordan Love, crazy great year. 39 touchdowns, over 4,300 yards, only 13 interceptions. It's going down a bit. Need medium and deep accuracy to go up quite a bit. Aaron Jones is great. Jamal Taylor's taken a step forward. Receiving, Devonte Adams was awesome. Tony Barnes was awesome. Peter Ruggs was okay. Miles Eisen at tight end played all right. And then defensively, Chris Barnes had 4 sacks up the gut. 10.5 for Deshaun Hannon, 6 for Kenny Clark, 5.5 for Sean Gary, 4 for Chris Barnes. Zadarius Smith had 3. His 95 power moves had 3 sacks. How? Not sure. So I've tried setting up the team like this defensively. We have Burke at right outside linebacker, I guess, although I had McCutcheon there for a minute. I'm gonna move him back. So Kirk McCutcheon, Zadarius Smith has been moved to left outside linebacker where he originally was. Hammond, who is a defensive tackle basically, is now playing 3-4 defensive end. Kenny Clark, D tackle, but Hannon, who had a good season at right end, is going to stay at right end. And then specialist, we have Zadarius Smith, Kenny Clark, Hammond, and Hannon. So I'm going to see how that works out. The Titans had Jadeveon Clowney as a sub linebacker, which was peculiar to me to say the least. We're going to simulate here and try to beat the Panthers. Yes, 35-31. Barely. But we just beat a team that won a lot of games in simulation. Should I jump in? I usually don't do it unless it's the conference championship. Beat the Niners. Yes. 24-17. I'm jumping in. It's the conference championship. It's the Bucs. They went 12-4. We can do it. We can do this. We're going down to Tampa Bay. They have a 90 overall team. But we can do this. You just got to believe. You just got to believe. Up early. I like it. Offense is unstoppable. Except we just got stopped. And the Bucs did get a touchdown. And they're going to get another one. It's 14-14. We take a 17-14 lead. Start of the third quarter now. 24-14 Pack. But the Bucs are not going down without a fight. But our offense is firing on all cylinders. And we hold on to win. As Tennessee playbook might be super overpowered because Mike Vrabel is in Tampa Bay now. That's interesting. The Bucs are going to have Mike Vrabel's playbooks. Now that's confusing. Now who did the Titans have? Also Mike Vrabel? Who was Tennessee using? They were using Sean McVay. Interesting. I don't know what to do with this information now. Do we change? I mean, it's been working. We just won 3 straight playoff games for the first time. As the 9-7 Browns have made it to the Super Bowl for what is surely the least amount of wins matchup ever in the Super Bowl. A team that went 500 and a team that went one game over 500. Did we get any dev trait upgrades? Survey says yes. Jordan Love is up to superstar development. There we go, Jordan. Give me inside Deadeye and also pocket Deadeye. Barnes. Finally, we have a receiver coming on strong. Morale's boosting his overall, but he's up to star dev. Thank you. What about defensively? I don't think so. No. Yes. No. No. I thought like Jimmy Burke was in there, but no, he's got normal still. But okay. The team's looking pretty good. Jordan Love never went up. Or not Jordan Love. Julian Love. We have Aaron and Aaron, and now we have Love and Love. Didn't even realize that. But Super Bowl Atlanta against the Cleveland Browns. They're an 89 overall. Damn, I guess the league's just stacked right now, huh? Close Super Bowl so far. 24-14. Now 31-14. 38-14. We're going to win the Super Bowl. 41-21. 48-21. We're jumping in just to see it. This is my first time with any next-gen Madden 21 gameplay. This is my first play. So, man, it's a little slow. Jair just got torched. But Odell's out of bounds. He gets recovered to make the play. Next-gen Madden gameplay feels weird. It's 4th and 5. Maybe this will make Jags franchise more interesting. Ball's loose! Because I won't be able to use her as well. But there goes Miller. It feels both fast and extremely slow at the same time. Miller, fumble recovery, touchdown. I don't know what to tell you about this next gen gameplay. But yeah, we just won the Super Bowl. The Packers are victorious. 55-21 is your final. Next gen gameplay is interesting. So, the Green Bay Packers beat my last rebuild team, the Browns, in the Super Bowl. And did we play the Packers in the Super Bowl and the Browns rebuild? Maybe. There were 2 of them. Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched the Browns rebuild already, go ahead, check it out. All you're ever going to need is a rebuild playlist. Yeah, every rebuild I've ever done in Madden 21 in there. Same can be said for Madden 20 if you want to go back to that. Madden 19, Madden 18. As Cassius Miller, with that defensive touchdown, wins player of the game at 2 tackles. That doesn't feel right. But it certainly feels good to get a Super Bowl win. Cassius Miller, Devonte Adams, Aaron Jones, Jordan Love will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as the Packers once again are Super Bowl champions. The Lombardi is coming to Vince Lombardi's home, Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is actually interesting because Vince Lombardi's home is in New Jersey. In Middletown, I want to say. Middletown, New Jersey. It might actually be Fairhaven. I've heard this before. Where's he buried? I think it was Middletown. Maybe lived in Fairhaven? Yeah, Vince Lombardi is... I don't know why this is important information, but is buried in Mount Olivet Cemetery in Middletown, New Jersey. We will do one more year, though. One more year. Just to see how this team develops. We won the Super Bowl and we murdered the Browns. So, quite pleased with that. So it's nice that Zadarius Smith is really just not regressing. Like, he is a little bit. Oh, power moves went down 6. Okay, never mind. He definitely is regressing. But he's still pretty good at an 89 overall. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I thought he didn't regress that much. He was like a 94. But someone who's not regressing is Deshaun Hannon. 94 finesse moves. Maybe I switch those two. Zadarius Smith down to play defensive end. And Hannon out to outside linebacker. Just because he's faster. Could maybe move a little bit better in space. What's Zadarius Smith's speed? 80? Yeah, let's do that. So we have Jimmy Burke in here. He can go. Good player. Good player. Just don't think it's worth re-signing him when we need to re-sign Theo Hammond. I think he's more important. Plus, the development trait matters quite a bit. And then we have more money to actually spend in free agency to maybe bring in a surefire difference maker at wide receiver. We are a 91 overall team. Offensive line's fine. I could use one more receiver, honestly, if we can get a stud one. I'll make money for it. I'll figure it out. But Peter Ruggs, like, he's a solid third option, don't get me wrong. But if Barnes was our third option, our offense would be near unstoppable. Also, Zadarius Smith was a lower overall by 2 at defensive end, so I'm like, we're just going to keep him at outside linebacker. Hannon can stay exactly where he is. He is very, very good at DN, so why not? His block shed is so low. But what do we need? We need a safety, maybe? A safety, a receiver, tight end, something like that. We just don't have the money again. 4.8 mil. Where does it all go? It's a good question. NFL draft time, of course, picking at number 32. Jose Gatewood looks great. We're not going to have a shot at him. Oh, he looks amazing. But that's probably a safety that goes number 1 overall. So, no shot. There's not even a player worth trading up for. We're just going to take the picks that we have. Number 32 overall here in the first round. Is there anyone I want on my draft board? Just one receiver. Looks like he'd be a Packer anyway. Solid guy. Bryce Forbes, 72 overall. Number 18 in the class. Took him at 32. Only normal development. Only a 72 overall. Kind of a whack draft class. Let's go Clayton Kershaw here. Strong arm. Not anymore. We're going to take him. Ooh, 72 overall QB. Star, better development. Maybe we trade him for a stud receiver somehow. I can dream, right? Go Mike Rice here out of Purdue. 71 overall, normal dev. Number 28 in the draft. Took him at number 96. Coverability is not great, as that will be the end of the draft. All right, yeah. Kershaw probably has to be on the move. What else can I trade? Westbrook? Maybe? Deion Westbrook? He doesn't even play. It's got to be Deion Westbrook. And I'm confused. Oh, Miller, I'm looking for him. He's an 88 overall outside linebacker. I don't know why I forgot about him. Cassius Miller. Cornerbacks, I guess, are okay. I want a stud receiver. Kershaw has to help me get it. Okay, monster trade. I tried to get CeeDee Lamb. We got Amari Cooper instead, which is great. First round pick, Rashawn Gary, the quarterback we just drafted. We're barely under the cap. And we got a stud receiving core now. All it took was one player. Devonte Adams, Amari Cooper, 2 of the best route runners in the league. We got, Terry? Tony Barnes. We got Tony Barnes as our third receiver. Offensive line's good. And then defensively, I just need these guys to just play well. How about it? Kirk McCutcheon up to an 84. We are in, week 3 right now? We're 2-0. Let me just make sure specialists, everything's where it needs to be. I mean, I think so. Pretty sure. Mid-season mark, we are 5-3, on track to make the playoffs. However, not winning the division. Did I draft anyone with a development trait? No. We are going to simulate to the playoffs. See how it goes. 11-5 and in the wild card. Won the division. Who collapsed? I don't know. But Jordan Love, 4,400 yards, 34 TDs to 10 picks. Rushing, Aaron Jones was good. And Jamal Taylor is not his name still. Jamal Taylor is starting to come on. His best season as a pro. He's very good. I think as a starting running back, his numbers would be a lot better. Yards per carry looked like a lot worse because of his goal line carries as opposed to other situations. And then receiving, Devonte Adams as our main slot. 1,400 yards, 16 TDs. Amari Cooper had almost 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Tony Barnes was great. Peter Ruggs even had a few yards in there. Not much from the tight end spot. Defensively, Chris Barnes, solid year. Cassius Miller, 10 tackles for loss, led the way. Also had 5.5 sacks. But Deshaun Hannon, 13 sacks, led the team. 9.5 for Zadarius Smith. Kenny Clark, 7. Theo Hammond, 7. This is what I was looking for. I finally got the right combination. I finally got it. Jair with 8 picks. I finally got the right combination. Show me one of the best defenses in the league. 11th. Whatever. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. Jordan Love at 9. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Sam Vogel. Jordan Love at 5. Defensive Player of the Year is Devin White. 3 straight 49ers. Wow. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Steve Hale. Okay. Who? Backup tight end, maybe? Would have to be, right? I have no idea. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Jose Gatewood. We didn't really start anyone. Who is Steve Hale, and how did he win Rookie of the Year if I've never heard of him and he's on my team? Where is he? He's a 4th running back. Did he do anything? He went to Penn, Ivy League school, had 3 touchdowns. He had 48 attempts. Was he fullback? Where did he get carries? Just as their 3rd running back? I don't know. But team looks really crazy. It's time to see what they actually can do. Back-to-back Super Bowls? It's possible. It is possible. Jair, can we even upgrade him anymore? No. He's maxed out. He's so good. We'll see if we can beat the Panthers. We did it last year en route to a Super Bowl. Can we do it this year? Yes. 27-24. Sorry, Mike. Super close game. And we'll see if we can beat the Seahawks to get to the conference championship. This one might be where our luck runs out, but it doesn't. 33-28. And it's the Giants in the conference championship. Jordan Love up to an 89. Not going to jump in. We won the Super Bowl last year, but I will if we're in the Super Bowl this year, obviously. And we are. We beat the Giants. Back-to-back Super Bowl appearances for the Green Bay Packers. This time it is the Baltimore Ravens. 94 overall team. 97 offense, 91 defense. No upgrades on the offensive side of the ball for development traits, but on the defensive side of the ball, any? No? I don't think so. I don't think anyone moved up. It just doesn't happen. It's so sad. It's so sad. But the overalls are quite good. This is clearly a monster team, as we'll see if we can win the Super Bowl for the 2nd straight year. 94 overall against an 87 overall. Let's smash them. First points of the game came in the 2nd quarter. We're up 7-3, now 14-3. But the Ravens scored their first touchdown, but we keep scoring. We're relentless. 24-10. Will the Ravens make a comeback? They did score a touchdown. They're probably about to score another one. We're jumping in on offense. We got Jordan Love. And we can just run the ball to Aaron Jones here. Man, that spin was something else. Are we still up? It's my first experience on Next Gen Madden playing offense. And buttons have changed. You got to double tap left stick to change the tempo? Is this a joke? Who made that decision? I don't like that. Devonte Adams inside lead. There you go. It was like a weird RPO screen. Jordan Love has 4 incompletions the entire Super Bowl. Devonte Adams has 9 catches for 215. Let's get Jamal Taylor a touch. I don't know why I keep doing that. Big truck, but he only gets 4. 3rd and 6. Now we are forced to throw the ball. Do we check down here to Aaron Jones? No, we use him as a blocker. Truck stick. Why am I not sliding? 3rd and 6 again. And do we hit the tight end there? Jordan Love's got a cannon. And he finds the tight end, Eisen. Aaron Jones, touchdown. That's the dagger. The Packers will win back-to-back Super Bowls. Yep, that is the game. Packers, once again, will hoist the Lombardi. This time, I will not talk about where Vince Lombardi is buried. But another Super Bowl here in Green Bay. Or for Green Bay. This was not in Green Bay. Clearly is not Lambeau. But that is going to do it for this Green Bay Packers rebuild. Jordan Love brings 2 Super Bowls to Green Bay. Something that Aaron Rodgers never could do. He brought in 1 and then didn't in this rebuild at all. It was all Jordan Love. But that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button, helping me towards 250,000 awesome of you guys. We could do it this month, honestly. In December, I could hit 250, which would be wild. I need to make a blistering, crazy pace, but it is possible. I think more likely it'll happen in 2021, but it could happen before the end of the year if you guys smash that subscribe button if you're watching this and not subscribed already. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, though, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
Insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed burst good.